I am going to discuss about the subject Network and Cyber Security, presenting by Manjunath Iyer, Assistant Professor, ECE Department, Canara Engineering College from Mangalore.
So in today's video lecture, I am going to present about introduction to secure mind. Okay, so brief introduction. I'm going to talk about the secure mind technology and RFC request for comment 5322 protocol. Limitation of SMTP, Simple Mail Transport Protocol, or 5322. So in order to overcome the limitation of SMTP, so we are preferring like the MIME, multi-purpose internet mail extension. So MIME is a different technology than secure MIME, where the secure MIME is going to add extra content to the MIME, or it's going to add the extra services to the MIME. Okay. A secure MIME is it's like the updated version of a MIME. So now let's see in details about the today topics. So welcome back to video lecture of module 2, that is email security. So today's session I am going to discuss about SR MIME, that is secure MIME. So MIME stands for multi-purpose internet mail extensions. So we are using the mail for multi-purpose to send multiple data. So we'll see later what are the multiple data we are going to send by using MIME technology. So through email, earlier days when email was introduced, so beginning days, need to send the data which should be in the specific format. The format is in the form, the data should be in the form of NVT 7-bit ASCII format. Okay, ASCII is a printable character. So the data which is other than 7-bit ASCII format or any X-bit ASCII format, we are not able to send the data in the beginning. So when the email is introduced, so data not in the format of 7-bit ASCII, they are like audio, video and image are not able to send. So the data which is in the form of not 7-bit ASCII format is, for example, is given here. Audio, video and image are not in the form of ASCII format, so that is 7-bit ASCII format. So in earlier days we are not able to send the data like audio, video and images. So we came with a new technology or new concept. So what is that? So we can combine MIME, multi-purpose internet mail extensions protocol, with normal email protocol, that is SMTP, Simple Mail Transport Protocol, to send a mail. The mail is having the multiple data like audio, video and images. So that's why the name is given as multi-purpose internet mail extensions. So we are using MIME technology to send the multiple data like these data, audio, video and images. So this name is given as MIME. So here what we are doing, so simple mail transport protocol we are just combining with the MIME protocol, so in order to send different versions of data. So now so with the MIME we are combining with the SMTP, also we are able to send a multiple format of data by combining SMTP with the other protocol like SMTP along with okay, POP, Post Office Protocol, and the other technologies we can combine with the okay, SMTP, and then we are able to send a other format of data. Fine. So here the next point is about MIME and SMTP can send the data other than okay, NVT 7-bit ASCII data. So here clearly we came to know that so SMTP is not able to send the data other than okay, 7-bit ASCII format, but MIME is okay. After we are combining MIME along with the SMTP, so we are able to we are able to send the data other than okay, 7-bit ASCII data. So the intention of we are using MIME is, so it is very simple. In order to convert the data, other than ASCII format to the 7-bit ASCII format. So some key points, we need to note down here. Email have some disadvantages. It's having limited capability earlier. Email. So that is 7-bit ASCII data we are not able to send. So MIME is a supplementary protocol, or it's like add-on service, which non-ASCII data to be sent through like email, okay, through email. So after we are using MIME along with the SMTP. So secure MIME. So here actually MIME is a different, and okay, secure MIME is a different. So MIME is introduced before secure MIME because MIME is have some okay, disadvantages. So in order to overcome those disadvantages, we are going to introduce a new okay, technology. So that is a secure MIME. So secure MIME is updated a new version of okay, or updated version of a MIME where it adds some new content type or new services to the MIME. Okay, secure MIME is going to provide the the services along with the okay, services which are providing by the MIME. Now the security enhancement to MIME email. The MIME is going to provide the security for the okay, email communication. So for that purpose we are using the MIME technology. So because we need okay, confidentiality, and we need like the data should not to share with somebody else, like unauthorized person. Okay, so we need a security on data like on which data we are sending, okay, via email through internet. So my internet email format standards based on technology from RSA data security. Okay, so it is going to follow the RSA algorithm okay, for security purpose. So both PGP and secure MIME are on okay, on IETF standards track. So here what they are trying to say is so what are the standards track is followed by PGP. So in PGP we are following authentication, confidentiality, compression, and okay, email compatibility. So also it is going to provide the same okay, standard track. Okay, so on okay, what protocol? So on IETF okay, protocol. So what is the IETF standards? So IETF stands for Internet Engineering Task Force. Okay, Internet Engineering Task Force. Original internet RFC is the 822 email was okay, only we are using for okay, text when we are so when we need to send only the text, so we were following the protocol, that is RFC 822. So RFC is okay, recommend for comments. Okay, RFC stands for recommend for comments. So initial protocol was exist for internet like email communication was RFC 822. So then they keep on okay, updating the protocols and they started giving the different name. But initially for text message communication, only for text message communication. So the protocol which was supported by RFC 822. So next, MIME provided the support for varying content types and multi-part messages. Okay, MIME is going to provide for like varying content types. So it is not only for a text message. Okay, so when we want to send a message other than text, so it is going to okay, support. And the multi-part message, different parts. Sometimes it may have okay only text message, and sometimes it may have text message along with the audio or video or okay, images. So with encoding of binary data to textual format, okay, form. So we need to like we need to encode the binary data into a ASCII printable format, textual form. So what is that? Okay, we are doing exactly in the MIME. So secure RMI will emerges as an industry standard for commercial and organization use. Okay, so this is one okay, majorly we are using in okay commercial applications, commercial purpose, or so some major organization. So while PGP will remains the choice for only okay like the personal email security for many users. So PGP was okay has got its famous only for a personal email security to okay send only the text okay text format email. But in commercial okay, usage and in organization use where we need to send a message other than okay, text and okay, other than textual message. So that is nothing but other than NVT 7-bit ASCII format. The data like audio, video and images. So PGP was not supporting to send all this data, but so wherein MIME or secure MIME is going to support okay to send the data like other than NVT 7-bit ASCII format. So MIME secure okay MIME is going to support in many mail agents. So they are so for example MS Outlook, Mozilla, and okay, Mac Mail, etc. Okay, Macintosh Mail, etc. So for these agents, okay, they are able to support. Okay, I mean they are going to take the help or support from okay, secure MIME. Secure MIME added security enhancement. It is going to add more security for a mail communication. So secure MIME is defined in a number of okay, documents. I mean the protocols. Most importantly, like recommended for comments, okay, protocols 3370, 3850, 3851, and 3852. Okay, so for all these okay, protocols, so it is like the documented. To understand the secure MIME, we need to first have a general understanding of underlying email format. I mean, in which format of data we are sending, okay, like through email. That it uses, namely MIME. Okay, MIME what type of okay, format it is going to support, and secure MIME like it is going to support for okay what formats and all. So original internet RFC 822 email was text only. So as I told you, when the email has introduced for okay, personal usage, they were following some okay protocol. I mean that is RFC 822. So it is made up. I mean this is made for okay the simple text, only for a simple text communication. So I can say RFC 822 is like a parent of okay the protocol for email communication. So then they keep on updating the okay protocols and they are giving a different name. But to understand the significance of MIME, so first we need to understand what is MIME, then we'll go for okay security MIME. secure MIME. So we need to go back to the traditional email format standard RFC 822. So first we need to understand actually what is 822, RFC 822. So which is still we are using in common platform or a common usage. So we are using. So with encoding of binary data to textual form, still RFC 822 is not removed. We are using for common use like encoding a binary data to textual form. So as I told you, RFC 822 is a parent of it's a parent protocol for email communication. So, but the recent version of this format specification is RFC 5322. It is widely we are using for email communication. Is when we are sending a data through internet message format. So, where RFC 5322 it is going to support for all kind of data formats. It is not going to support only for the text format messages. So, it is going to support for even audio, video, and the images. So, but in our syllabus, we need to study about RFC 5322, so not about RFC 832. So, let's see what are the rules are set by the RFC 5322. So, it is going to define the format of text messages that are sent using a electronic mail. So, basically, it is going to so tell about the format of the messages, whether like the text, video, audio, or images. Messages are viewed as having an envelope and contents. So we are sending a message in the form of like envelope. Let's say for example, when we are sending some news or information through any courier services or postal services. So we'll write a letter or we'll write our information, then that information will be enveloped in an envelope cover, right? So where envelope cover, it gives the information only the from address and to address. Okay. So and here the same I can relate here the envelope, we are sending a message in the form of envelope like the from, like who is sender and who is the receiver, to whom we are going to send, and the contents. The content is like we are not sharing the body of the content, just it's like a like headline of the matter, like the important matter of the news. Let's say for example, when we are sharing some HTTPL link via WhatsApp, so when we are sharing such URL link, we are able to view only the headline of the matter. If you want to see in detail, we need to click on the URL. So then it takes us to see the full content of the information, the content of that URL or HTTP link. So envelope contains whatever information is needed to accomplish the transmission and deliver. From the transmission and the deliver, so what the information we need to send. Contents composes the object to be delivered to the recipient, not full content, but it's like the main the news that we need to deliver to the recipient. The message consists of some number of headers, lines, that we can say they are like a header followed by unrestricted text. So message is having some restricted text form, text information and unrestricted text information. So unrestricted text information, so we can disclose it, but a restricted text, so we should not disclose to like in a mail communication. So because unauthorized person, he can view the unrestricted text, restricted text. So if you are sending unrestricted text, so it is not going to impact, like in it's not going to create a more impact. So it's all about RFC 5322. So this is for an example, email communication, how it's going to, we are able to achieve. Like see on what date we are trying to communicate. okay, year of date, as a year of, okay, we are sending a message and, okay, timestamp, so on what time we are sending it. So like it's a normal, so we had that experience, the same. So like from whom we are going to receive, and so what is the subject, okay, that is like the content, the main content of the message. So what is the subject here? The syntax in RFC 5322. Okay, so this is related to what RFC 5322. So the 5322, it communicates the mail. Okay, it communicates the information through mail, and also we are able to see the, okay, recipient mail address to whom we are sending it, and if we are attaching, okay, any carbon copy, so he is able to, okay, see the message and its detail, and okay, like the content, so what the message or information we are sending it. So these are the limitations of SMTP, okay, simple main transport protocol, or 5322 scheme. Or so why, okay, like we need to go for MIME, okay, multi-purpose internet mail extension. So because of, okay, some limitations are being with SMTP or 5322, so that's why we are going for MIME. So that is what the meaning here. So because of some, okay, limitations associated with SMTP, so we are going to prefer, okay, MIME. So what are the limitations then? And those limitations are overcome in MIME. So SMTP cannot transmit executable files or other binary objects. Okay, some the files, suppose let's say they are the executable files, we are not able to send it, and okay, other binary objects also we are not able to send via SMTP. SMTP cannot transmit text data that includes the national languages characters. Okay, like the different national languages, like, okay, French, or okay, the Chinese languages, we are not able to send, okay, all those characters of different, okay, languages from a different region. SMTP is limited to, like 7-bit ASCII printable characters or ASCII characters, okay, need to be sent. But okay, any format other than 7-bit ASCII, like, okay, image, audio, video, we are not able to send via SMTP. So we'll go for, okay, MIME. SMTP servers may reject mail message over a certain size. So it's having some certain size on, okay, message that we are trying to send. So above that certain size, if we are trying to, like send a message, so we are not able to send the message. Say for example, in a normal email we have the limitation to send a message, right? So message size should be 25 MB. So more than 25 MB we need to take a help of, okay, Google Drive. Okay, so Google Drive. So SMTP gateway that translate between ASCII and character code like EB, CD, IC do not use a consistent set of mapping, resulting in translation problems. Okay, so there is some translation problem with, okay, ASCII to other character code. Okay. SMTP gateways to expand 400 electronic mail networks cannot handle non-textual data included in, okay, expand 400 messages. So there is a gateway that is expand 400. So some like electronic mail networks cannot handle okay, textual data which is present in expand 400 messages. Some SMTP implementation do not adhere completely to the SMTP standard defined in RFC 821. Okay, those messages so which are defined in RFC 821, so they are not completely adhered to, okay, sent via SMTP. So these are all some okay, or few limitations with SMTP or RFC 5322. So we need to overcome all these okay, problems. So we'll go for MIME. So MIME will overcome all these problems. So now I am going to discuss about how the MIME is going to work. So by taking a help of block diagram, we'll understand the okay, working the principle of MIME. So initially, we have two users. Okay, these two users. So this is a sender. He is a sender, and okay, is a receiver. So user agent. So in standard, we'll say okay, user agent for both okay, sender and receiver. So sender, you want to send a message. The message is in the form of other than non-ASCII data, nothing but audio, video, and okay, images. So it is not going to support in SMTP or RFC 5322. So we'll prefer like MIME. So MIME at the sender side, so is going to convert non-ASCII data to the 7-bit NVT ASCII printable character. So then that 7-bit NVT ASCII printable character will be sent to another agent, is a message transfer agent. Okay, so by using this, by taking help of this MTA, so we are going to release the okay, message over internet by using email. 7-bit NVT ASCII is going to transmit now. So it is going to reach at the receiver side. So at the receiver side, exactly the reverse process. First, it is received by MTA. So MTA will send the 7-bit NVT ASCII to okay, MIME. Like the MIME is at the receiver side is going to convert 7-bit NVT ASCII to non-ASCII data. So ultimately, sender, you want to send a message to receiver. The data format is non-ASCII data. The same non-ASCII data is going to receive by the receiver. Okay, so we are able to achieve this by using MIME technology. So now the user or a recipient, or user agent is going to receive the non-ASCII data. It's nothing but audio, video, or images. So this is all related to introduction to secure MIME and limitations of SMTP and RFC 5322 and so how does MIME is going to work. Okay, so hoping that you have understood the today's session. So this session. So thank you for watching.